Part 26, Ordering. You will find this on page 32 in the Namibian Mathematics Grade 9 textbook, Y equals mx plus c to success. Ordering. Remember, ascending order is from small to big, and descending order is from big to small. So remember it like this. Descending means going down. D for down. Okay. Write these numbers in descending order. Let's start with the first one. Now, if you have to compare the same position. So if you look at the unit position, then you see this one is the biggest because the rest is all 0, but this one is a 1. So this is the biggest one. As soon as you are writing it down, then scratch it so that you don't keep on comparing it. So look at the first decimal place. Okay, so if I look at the first decimal place, this is a 6. Okay, remember this one is scratch. This is a 4, this is a 3, and this is a 5. So if you look at that position, you will see, okay, it was first this one, and then it will follow the 6, and then it's the 5, and then it's the 4, and then it's the 3. That is from the biggest to the smallest. Okay, if I look at these integers, the best will be to just place it on a number line. So there's -10, -8, -2, 0, 1, 5. Okay, now remember in descending order, so it's from the biggest to the smallest. So it's first 5, then 1, then 0, then -2, then -8, and then -10. Okay, I want you to do the following. Number 35, I just want you to do number A and number C. You can stop the video, and as soon as you are finished, you can continue with the video. Try now 35. Okay, let's start with the first one, number 1A. Write these numbers in ascending order. That will be from the smallest to the biggest. Okay, let's just first write down the numbers. So it's 1.8, 0.9, 1.7, 0.91, 1.6, and 0.899. Okay, let's start. Let's compare the same position. Let's first look at the unit position. Okay, so if I look at that position, now remember, the smallest one. Now, in this case, if I say this is 1, this is 1, this is 1. So the smallest, this is all bigger. So I just want to show you, this can be either this one, or it can be this one, or it can be this one. Okay, so let's look at the next position. So this is 0, 0, 0. So the next position is a 9, and a 9, and a 8. So the smallest one will then be that 0.899. Now scratch it. Okay. Now after that one, it will be, remember, if there's nothing following this 9, this will be a 0. So if I compare this two, I will say this one is 9, 9, but this is 0 and this is 1. So this is the one following this one. And then it's 0.91. Again, scratch, scratch. Okay. Now, if I look at this one, this is 1, 1, 1. So look at the next position. The next position, this will be a 8, 7, 6. So the smallest one will then be that 6. So 1.6. And then it's 1.7 and 1.8. Okay. And this is now in ascending order, from the smallest to the biggest. Okay, let's look at number C. Now, if you look at number C, let's first write it down. Is 0, negative 0.8, then 0.4, then negative 1.1, then 4.5, and then negative 3.8, and then 0.9. Okay, let's start with the side, the first, it's still in ascending, so we're looking for the smallest. Now remember, if there's negative numbers, so let's just underline the negative ones. This is one of them will be the smallest one. So if you think of a number line, then this one will be the smallest one. The one that would be the biggest in positive will be the smallest in negative. Okay, so if I start there, this one, it will be negative 3.8. Okay, scratch it. Then comes this one, negative 1.1, scratch it. Then comes this one, negative 0.8, scratch it. Okay, now, if I look which one is the smallest, now I'm left with this ones, the positive ones. So the smallest one will be 0.4. Scratch it. And then follows by 0.9, scratch, and then follows by 4.5. And then I make sure that I cover all the numbers. Okay, I want you again. Let's just go to the next page. Again, I want you to do for me number B as well as number D. You can again first stop the video, and then until you are finished, and then you can continue with the video. Okay, this is going to be try now. It's still the same, 35. We are still at try now 35. And we are just with number 2. Okay, let's start. Number 2B. Okay, so what is the values? It's negative 16, negative 12, 19, 10, negative 15, and 18. Okay, and I want it in descending order, so it's from the biggest one. So the biggest one will be a positive one. So this is positive, positive, positive. Okay, so, and let's just underline the negatives, negative, negative, negative. Okay, so let's start with the positive. What is the biggest positive one? That will be 19. Okay, so scratch it. And then it follows 18. Scratch. And then follows 10. And then follows, okay, now be careful for your negative ones, because we are going from the biggest to the smallest. So this one is the smallest, this one small, so then will comes negative 12, and then will be negative 15, and then will be negative 16. And make sure you have all your numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that will be in descending order. Okay, and then the next one, number 2D. Okay, if you look at this one, then it's negative 1.12, negative 1.128, 1.123, negative 1.123, and negative 1.2. Okay, so if I look at this ones, okay, let's use a 12, just want to make sure, and it's still in descending order. So the best will be first to highlight your positive and your negative. So let's just see, this is positive. This is the only one that's positive, yes. This is negative, 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 negative. Now if it's in descending order, this will be the biggest one. So it's 1.123. Okay, that's finished. And now we must look which one is the biggest one of the negative. You can still compare the positions. This is negative 1, negative 1, negative 1, negative 1. Tells me nothing. Okay, but this is 1 in that position. That's also a 1. That's also a 1. And this one is a 2. So this is the smallest one, remember, because it's negative. So if we compare the ones in the positions, okay, So let's see, it's negative 1.2. So let's go to the next position. This is 1, 1. Remember, if there stands nothing, there's a 0. So if I look at this one, so remember this is the biggest. So it's this one. So if I just want to compare 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2. But this one is 0. So this one will follow. Negative 1.12. Scratch it. And then will be this one with the first the 3, then the 8. So negative 1.123. Scratch it. And then negative 1.128. Scratch it. And then the next one is negative 1.2. And that will be in descending order from the biggest to the smallest.